Is Jarrett Stidham the future of the Patriots? What is up, Pats Nation? It is Patriots Global back here with another video, and just a disclaimer to watch the entire video through, as this is a video you want to watch the entirety of in order to get the full gist of things. So before you comment, make sure to watch the entire video. Now, before answering the question, is he the future, we must go back in time. Jarrett Stidham had a great season in 2017. Back then, he was actually considered to go in the first round of the draft. He completed 246 passes out of 370 with a completion percentage of 66.5 for 3,158 yards, averaging 8.5 yards a pass, 18 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, ending the year with a quarterback rating of 151. A year later, Stidham takes a complete drop down, both stats-wise and his projection in the draft, as he completed 224 passes out of 369 with a completion percentage of 60.7 for 2,794 yards, averaging 7.6 yards a throw for 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, ending the season with a quarterback rating of 137.7. Of course, that is a pretty substantial drop in just one season, but how much of this was actually Jarrett Stidham's fault? Pretty much none. The Auburn offense that was placed around Stidham did not, and I say did not, go with his strengths and was not based around the quarterback that the team had at hand. And not to mention the big fact that every receiver on that team could not catch to save their lives. They were dropping touchdown passes, short yardage passes, passes down the field, and of course, that sadly took a hit to Stidham's stats. In fact, there was one receiver who basically dropped every single pass that Jarrett Stidham threw his way. And then you have the extremely rough offensive line that was keeping Jarrett Stidham protected, with one starting offensive lineman out this season and multiple others getting injured throughout this season. To me, there's really not too much that Stidham could have done out of the situation that he was put in. I mean, what do you want him to do? Go to the run game? He couldn't, considering the running back that year was also injured. His best receiver that season and go-to guy was a guy you all are going to know, and that's Ryan Davis. A guy that has been related back to a player such as like a Danny Amendola type vibes, and funny enough, the Pats picked him up. Now, the best thing about Jarrett Stidham is his ability to make good decisions. He's a guy that in college didn't throw stupid passes or make wrong calls, which is something that Bill Belichick loves in his quarterbacks. I mean, that's the reason really why he drafted Danny Etling late in the 7th round last year, although that never seemed to actually translate with Danny Etling. But Stidham definitely has more upside than Etling, so I don't feel like there's anything to worry about there. Stidham is patient, knows when to throw the ball away, and ultimately, he can make good reads. He has that ability to take control in the huddle, which is also something Etling could just never do. He's all around just very intelligent and very competitive, especially when he is a scrambler. But, it's a very big but, I am very concerned with how he will translate into the NFL. Now look, Stidham has something to prove, and if he uses that momentum correctly, then he could become something extremely special. But he was in a college scheme that ran screens and short completion dump-offs. His ability to throw the ball downfield has been a very tough thing for him, and when doing my research, a big thing that came up was his arm strength. All in all, what this means is that he's going to be very limited in the NFL and is going to be very challenged due to the concern of him being able to make NFL caliber passes. Look, you've heard me say it before, the NFL is already college football on steroids. Even the best of the best have issues making the transition. Now you have a guy that hasn't been contested in throwing the ball into tight windows, and when he didn't capitalize, but also someone who's limited in the throws that he can make. But of course, a lot of this came from the lack of opportunities that Stidham sadly was not given. Ultimately, the obvious answer is that Jarrett Stidham is by far not ready to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He needs a few years to sit behind Brady and Hoyer and just learn. There is zero reason to rush Jarrett Stidham into anything. He's got to put in the effort, especially with the coaches. But if he does that, then you believe that he could be a very good starting quarterback some point in the NFL future. When given a clean pocket, when giving good receivers, the guy's unbelievable. And that's really what he's going to be getting this season with New England. New England is really set on their offensive line. It's actually something that I've heard a lot of people praise them for this offseason. It's something that they're really known for is having a good offensive line. But really this offseason, they've also added multiple different guys in order to help Tom Brady in the passing game, which also will help Jarrett Stidham. There are so many good things that I like about Jarrett Stidham. Some of this stuff even reminds me of Tom Brady. But if he can't work out those kinks, as they are very substantial, then he will not make it far in the NFL. So, what do I see happening with Jarrett Stidham? Right now, as I am making this video, so make sure you look at the timestamp when watching this video, but I believe that he is a project that Bill took a chance on. No expectations. He isn't expected to be the heir of Tom Brady, but a project and a potential trade bait at the least, like they did with Jacoby Brissett. He has the potential to do it, guys, but there's no reason that we should be betting on this guy by any means. But that is it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on Jarrett Stidham? Let me know in the comments below, and also make sure you guys like and subscribe, as it helps me, the channel, and even you guys out very, very, very much. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody you know who's going to go to the Patriots Global family. Leave a comment below, and let's get some conversations going about Jarrett Stidham and the future of New England. Other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.